What's up, my hunting brothers and sisters? It's time to discuss where I've been and what's going on as we kick off 2025. So stay tuned. The rush of some caffeine. So, yeah, it's been a hot minute again since I've made much content on my channel. So I wanted to take like maybe 5 minutes here. I want to keep this short. Where have I been? What have I been doing? So here we are. It's January, I think, 13th, 2025. I did kind of this last update video of what's been going on in life last summer, late June, and then promised a lot more content. I did. I created some review stuff and a couple hunt videos and stuff, but really content's just been dying off. So last week was the Archery Trade Association show in Indianapolis, Indiana, which, man, what an abysmal bomb that has become, unfortunately. It's like a helicopter flying by. I don't know if you can hear that. If you can, I apologize. ATA is still fun, but it's just a skeleton of what it used to be, unfortunately. But it's still fun to connect with some friends and everything. And I don't get a chance to see a lot of ATA, although this year I did take the better part of the last day to go around and talk to friends of mine and everything. But that being said, I spoke with several people at ATA, came up to me, talked to me, say, hey, been following you for years, love your content, but what's happened here this fall? You produce these hunting videos and, just haven't seen anything. And my answer was, because there hasn't been anything to produce. That's a sad reality of how things have gone. So I live in Northeast Indiana, as maybe some of you are aware, and we got hit with EHD really bad this year. And so the amount of deer to hunt was drastically impacted. We didn't have many. Obviously, when you're chasing, hopefully, bigger deer or more mature deer, we didn't have access to those. And then it's like, well, how much of a dent do you want to put in the herd? And it stinks too, because here in Indiana, we can watch these online harvest data. And last I checked was maybe 2 weeks ago, and we're the highest statewide that we've been since, I think it was 2015-16 season. So 9 years or so, or thereabouts, which is scary when you look at the EHD that has hit. Now, not all of Indiana, but there's people reporting all over the state. And I know every year you're going to get a little bit here and there, but this year it seemed to be really bad. So it's real scary when you look at those harvest numbers statewide. And then you look at the county I'm in. I'm in the northeast corner of the state, Steuben County, for those of you unfamiliar. And here we are yet again, another year, and we are leading the entire state in harvest. Again, a county hit heavily, pretty heavily, not every area in the county, but heavily with EHD. So that's kind of been my year. So I did in early October, I went down to southern Indiana and I shot a very nice buck. I actually have to see that one there on the top of that rack up there. Low 130s, 10-pointer, beautiful deer. I shot him on some ground that I own in southern Indiana. The butt's up to public. He came off public. I killed him 15 yards. Did a whole hunt video on that. I went out a week later and did shoot a nice mature doe in my reduction zone up here, which opens technically a second buck tag for me, but there's not been any bucks I want to kill. So, and again, EHD. So, so it's really, and I did a video on that hunt of her. So really that's been it. There just has not been a lot of deer to chase. I did get on a very nice mature buck on my reduction zone property for 3 days in a row. He just kind of showed up. I had a couple random photos of him, but he just kind of showed up. I had an 8-yard chip shot, and honestly, I wasn't prepared, and that was all on me. But then I haven't seen him since. Don't have any pictures of him for the last 2 months. I think that was in either late October or early November. I can't remember anymore. I hunted public land in Ohio quite a bit this year, which is something totally new for me, fish out of water. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I found a cool spot that I really had no competition, no other hunters or anything. I was in deer. I want to say I hunted over there maybe about 15 or 16 times. And I at least saw deer on, I think, all but 2 or 3 of those sits over there. So it was really good. I did see a huge, one of the biggest bucks I've ever seen on the hoof. One hunt, didn't get good footage of him. It was out of focus. He was actually drinking in a body of water. Never saw him again after that, so that was exciting. I passed up some opportunities at some does and small bucks. That tag's still in, so, but I'm really kind of over it right now as far as the season goes. In early December, I spent a week out in Missouri hunting with my buddy Robin Parks. We were in eastern Missouri, and we were hunting kind of a neighborhood area, a big neighborhood. A couple of the owners own a lot of ground around it. A lot of the people in the neighborhood just want the deer gone, so it was just kind of like, hey, whatever, shoot it all. And he had a lot of success there early in the season. Well, by the time I got there, here we are, we're post rut. Deer have been pressured. You got no cover on trees. It was good. I did shoot one deer, unfortunately, and I didn't do a video on it. Unfortunately, I yanked the shot, gut shot the deer. We let it lay overnight. The coyotes got it the next morning. But after that, I mean, we were seeing deer, but the problem was when you saw one deer, you saw 15 deer, and you're competing with, 15 sets of eyes and 15 noses and educated. Man, they were just picking you off, but it was great. It was a great experience. It was a lot of fun, and all that. Sydney came home and hunted a little bit on Thanksgiving, hunted over 2 weeks at Christmas break. Didn't get anything, but we had a great time. She's out in Iowa right now working on her master's program, so she doesn't get to come home and hunt very much anymore. So when she does, I just turn into cameraman, which I absolutely love, and it's father-daughter time out there. So I am going to be putting together a video edit on that because I think that, that's really fun, when you're spending time with family and so much more. We get focused, and I'm guilty. That's why I haven't made videos. A lot of my videos this fall have been, I didn't see anything, or if I did, I saw something, no shot opportunity, or wasn't what I wanted. And those are kind of boring to edit and, in my opinion, kind of boring to watch, but they also are probably more relatable for everybody because, hunting TV for a gazillion years made it seem like that you just went out and jumped up and there was a gigantic buck that magically appeared in front of you and it should be easy. And then why are you, the viewer at home, why are you such a lousy hunter? Because you can't do it like they did on TV or a YouTube channel or whatever. So ought to produce those, but it's rough editing those. It's not as much fun to do the edit and everything. And then you get busy, you're hunting and juggling stuff. So I'm going to do one on Sydney's. I technically do have an Indiana tag. I've got some tags still available to me for the next couple weeks through the end of the month. They're in my reduction zone. In fact, I went out last night, never saw anything. Real sporadic. I may go out and hunt a few more times, not much. I still would like to put one more deer in the freezer simply from a meat standpoint. But then I'm like mixed emotions on it, EHD, do you affect the herd, all this good stuff. So my plan is, as I wrap these seasons up, is to do a hunt video on the entirety of my season. Obviously, I don't want it to be something super long, but kind of tell a little bit of that journey of what it is. But so that's kind of where I've been at in the hunting video stuff. Mid-seasons, new gear really isn't out, but I have been playing with some different stuff that I haven't in the past. So I'm going to have some more gear review stuff coming up. Again, I just left ATA. There's some discussions I had there and everything. So there's going to be some gear reviews coming up. In fact, I got a table that's all piled up with gear over here right now that I'm going to shoot some gear. So that's really been it. A couple of little tech videos and everything. I really want to get back into, last year I laid off on the gear review and the tech stuff and the how-to stuff, especially mobile and one sticking and all that. I want to get really more back into that this year and create some of that content because I really think since I focused on a lot of that stuff hard 2 and 3 years ago and I laid off last year, there's gradual progressions. Well, once you get a year beyond that stuff, there's been some leaps and bounds, and there's some ideas, some things I've talked about, people, new gear, different techniques and stuff that I'm going to be highlighting on as this next year progresses on through. I'm trying to think what else I want to ramble about real quick. Again, I was going to try and keep this 5 minutes, and now I think we're into almost 10, and I apologize for that. Yeah, that's really it. Still right now, as far as partnerships go, what I've been working with going into 2025, Huntworth from a clothing standpoint, Magnus Broadheads from a Broadhead standpoint. Obviously, I've been with them forever and a day since like 2009. Hotshot Archery when it comes to releases, and Spy Point cameras on trail cameras. Beyond that, I'm trying to stay pretty agnostic and on things because I think that unbiased on other things. I get a lot of offers, especially in the saddle hunting industry side of things, mobile hunting. Hey, partner up with us. And boy, I'm real leery about doing that because I really think being agnostic, because there's so many great brands, and it gives all of you, the viewers, and a lot of people come to my channel for that mobile hunting, the saddle hunting, the one sticking type of content, to stay agnostic. That way I can give you my real opinions, because there's a lot of amazing gear out there. I mean, more than ever now, and it's really hard to pick. Do you go with brand A, B, or C and model 1, 2, or 3? And honestly, you can't make a wrong answer or a wrong decision. You just it comes down to the minute details and what's important to you. So that's my goal and intentions as we move forward through the year. Who knows? Things are fluid and dynamic too, but that's it. All right. I've rambled enough. In fact, I'm kind of parched here. A little bit of coffee. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. If you got any questions, you got anything specific you want to see, put it down in the comments, and I will try and get to where I can address it over this year. Again, I apologize. 2024 was not my create more year. A couple of years ago, everything was create more. This year, I'm trying to go back to the create more mode is my intention. So there you have it. All right, that's it. I'm done rambling. I'm out. I got some projects I got to work on today. So as always, God bless. Stay safe. Deer seasons have wound down, but turkey seasons are right around the corner. So as always, it's a new day in the outdoors. Felt good to be back on camera and doing work.